Hi everyone, this is Meir. In a way, I'm in a hurry, so I'm going to do a shorter message of the week because tonight I'm going to catch a plane to London. And I still have a client with muscular dystrophy that I intend to work with today, so a lot is happening. I want to talk to you about client's attitude. And I want you all to hear me and hear me well. Sometimes I myself am at fault with the attitude that I object to. I'm busy. I don't have time. Projects must be done. And then some voice in me says, yes, but you have to work with the red and green glasses on evening your eyes. Yes, but you have to take a walk and pay attention to what you're looking at and look at details. And I will never forget how I felt I was too busy to do one more exercise, but then I did it and I saw an extra line on the eye chart, which made me happy for hours. So you have those kinds of clients that come to me, and when I send them to do several exercises, say, "Oh, don't expect me to do that." And what do you expect me to do in particular? No matter how well I get paid, sooner or later, I say goodbye to those clients. But normally, those are the clients that I see for free. They're the ones who tell me that they don't have time to work on themselves. That's interesting. But then there are other kinds of clients, and I just want to talk to you about one of my dearest friend. She came to me with glaucoma on December of last year when I came here back from a trip from Europe. And then she came for a series of sessions on January and February and took the 6-day eye class. And to just give you a sense of what considered to be high pressure in glaucoma, 10 to 20 is normal. By the way, less than 10 is dangerous, especially if it's less than 8, because we all need to have some pressure, just like a tire needs to have pressure. But if you put too much pressure, it's bad, and too little pressure is even worse. It can make the eye soggy. Well, with drops, her pressure was around 12 and 13, which sounded very manageable. But she really was afraid to lose her vision. And we discovered that she had a place in her periphery that wasn't working well. She worked so wonderfully. She worked with respect to me, respect to the method. I even met with her once personally with my girlfriend, and we took a walk in a beautiful place called Land's End. And she kept working on herself. And then she met an ophthalmologist. I referred her to another doctor, but she met an ophthalmologist. And her pressure was reading as 33. That is a dangerous pressure. And he immediately prescribed for another drop, told her that most likely she'll get blind, and said that he's going to do with her a laser surgery. She came to me afraid and devastated, but because of our nice interaction and the work that we did, she felt much better at the end of the session. What was really interesting is that she gained back the area of the periphery that she lost before. Before, she couldn't even see light in that area, and now she could actually see her hand in that same area. What also is interesting, she was wearing glasses all her life. And now with the work we were doing, she could see 90% of 20/20 indoors and better than 20/20 outdoors, better than 100% vision, 20/15, 6/4 in European measures. So basically, she was able to see indoors 90% and outdoors 10% better than regular vision. And it's the first time that she went to the DMV and was so impressed that the letters at that board that she always had to wear glasses to read, she said to me, "They're so big, amazingly big." Well, that's a huge improvement. I knew that measurement could not be perfect. It was simply a measurement in a point and time, and with the stress of meeting a new physician. So that wonderful lady kept working on herself profusely. She was even very nice to me and went with me to Sacramento to testify and asking to change some unfair massage laws. She remained a friend and at the same time worked on herself like crazy. Now, do you see how you distinct between her and other people? When things don't work, they complain. When things don't work, they accuse the provider, not her. When things didn't work, she came back to the provider to work even better and then worked on herself profusely. So this last Friday, and that's why I'm recording it just before going to England, she sent me a text message, and then I reached her by phone. She went to the same clinic, Pacific Presbyterian Hospital, very, very known in San Francisco. But instead of seeing the doctor, she saw the doctor's assistants, who anyway are the ones who measure pressure. Her pressure went down from 33 to 19. 14 points less, and she took my advice of not taking the extra drop. And I really believe that shows us that her improvement is complete and that her capacity eventually to get rid of the drop may be imminent. I had a better example beforehand, my daughter. Because of my divorce, and it was really interesting, her pressure was okay until she started to realize that I am starting to be comfortable with the divorce. As at first, I felt so bad when my wife left me, but then, 8 months later, you start to live with it. That's exactly the time when her pressure went up. And the physician wanted immediately to take drops, and my ex-wife said, no, let's try other things. And indeed, we did it, and I can't believe how great my daughter was and what insight she had. I always talked about loosening her middle back in order to loosen her neck. She said, my neck is looser and my pressure is down. And it went down by 5 points as a result of the work that we did over 3 months. Moving forward 2.5 years, all of a sudden her pressure went up. And while there were moments of it going down, it kept going up to a point of 36, which is very high. At that point, I gave up and said, maybe it's time for drops. And then under drops, it went back down, but then it went back up. And at a certain point, without telling anyone, my daughter stopped taking those drops. A year later, before she went to DC to study urban development, she measured her pressure again, and it went down from 36 to 23. And because of her thick cornea, related to a condition called microphthalmia, which is small eye, 23 is like 20, in the border of normal. No damage to the optic nerve, no damage to the retina, and good eyesight. One of the things that she did before the pressure went down is taking singing lessons and playing in a nice show for her high school and singing. This is so wonderful. I loosen up her neck, singing and feeling good about the transition in her life and feeling very good about the last year of her high school. All that reduced her pressure. So now, I'm going to speak to the Macular Degeneration Society of Southern England, or Devon, and I feel lucky that I was invited to do so. There is no room for a sardine in the room that I'm going to talk. It's going to be full. People from London cannot go there. Even people from Southern England with macular degeneration are being refused now. And there's a lot for me to say. A lot, because I'm starting to have great strides in helping people who lost vision to macular degeneration to get it back. Partially is the palming exercise that I teach everyone, the sunning. But then also, when people lost vision, I cover all the places of the eye that sees, and with blinking light, wake up the areas that are dormant or dead. And I have a feeling more of them are dormant than dead. And so for that reason, they wake up. And my success is great. And if I had the budget, like $2 million of research, I would have been able to demonstrate my success. And until then, I will report to you again and again about the success rates that I have. I'm going to do much more than that. A workshop in Devon, a lecture in Body, Mind, and Spirit, a workshop in the Applied Kinesiology Institute in Germany, near Switzerland, and 2 lectures in Manhattan, New York, a day workshop, a lecture, and 2-day workshop in Connecticut before I come here for 10 days. And to my amazing surprise, I have close to 40 students in Brazil, many of them physiotherapists, occupational therapists, physicians, massage therapists. I have them right now to teach in a huge class. So I'd like to thank to all of you for hearing me, because my success rate are nothing that you'd find anywhere else. And whom can I tell it to except people who want to hear what I have to say? It is so exciting to see situation that could lead to blindness reverse. It is so exciting to prevent blindness. And it is so wonderful to live full life. Many blessings to all of you. Meir.